I became what we call a Crorepati before the age of 31, and right now my assets are worth way more than that. So if I could only talk to you about the three qualities that helped me get there, then this is what I would talk about. The number one thing that I would really focus on is to pay yourself first, invest in yourself. So I started making money when I was 17. Still remember that I used to save about 40% of whatever I made and put it in a bank account. At that point of time, I did not understand investing. I did not understand how the stock market works. But I just knew that someday might be a rainy day. Someday I might need excessive amount of funds. So I always had 6 months of leeway. So if my salary was $100, I always had $600 in my bank account. How I did that was slowly and gradually. I kept saving. And that gave me the confidence to take the riskier decisions, okay? And gradually, many people around you will start noticing that confidence, and many people will also start noticing that you have a bit more assets, a bit more savings than most of them. So you have to be careful, you need to protect that, okay? This is where I come to the second point, which is do not multiply by zero. What do I mean by that? Is we make a lot of decisions in our daily lives. Okay, some decisions are positive, some decisions are not so positive. But for example, you get drunk and you crash your car. That is a zero multiplier decision. That means whatever you've done till now, whatever good that you've done has gone to zero. Third, and one of the most important qualities in many successful people I've met, is they ask audacious questions. They go for things that people around them will say are out of reach. And that is why I have tattoos of question mark all over here, because if you keep asking questions, it makes your brain think. And that is why I also stay away from statements. If you keep making statements, your brain will not help you understand or solve the situation. Now, for example, these Airbnbs that I'm buying in India, how I figured that out, I asked myself questions because it is very important that you're always inquisitive. How can I solve a problem? Do not be afraid in spending money to get into rooms where you also will find answers to your problems. This is what I did. I spend at least right now 30 to 40% of my yearly income in networking. I just go out there, meet people, enter rooms where people are having conversations that are definitely out of my pay grade. But then I understand how they think and how they solve problems. Also, these people see me making the effort and they see what I have been doing. And that is what helps me open more doors. So if you're young, and I would say anything below 40 is young, don't be afraid in spending money to get into rooms where generally you will not be accepted. That is networking events, that is hiring coaches. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you will make a wrong decision, sometimes you will spend money and not see the results. But then the guarantee is that if you do not spend money, if you do not spend time, if you do not spend resources in figuring out the answers, you will always stay in the position you are in right now. And if you are happy with that, if you're happy being where you are, all good. But in order to achieve something that you never had, you have to do something that you've never done. Hope that helped, and I'll see you on the next one.